back by popular demand, we have the sequel to my video. And today we are going to be figuring out, can all the Johto Pokemon play Uno or not? Now, if you haven't seen the last video in this little tier making series, I made it with the Gen 1 Pokemon. So, yeah, there's that. So I decided to make the sequel, because why not? Every good product needs a sequel. And maybe I'll do Hoenn, maybe, I don't know. I'll let these two videos just, simmer out. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna figure out if all of these Pokemon you see here can play Uno or not. First things first, we have Chikorita, and this time I'm actually gonna sit down and slow down, since there's a little bit less Pokemon for me to deal with, as there's only 100 Johto Pokemon. So this one will be a little bit easier to sit down and actually, decipher each one. So first things first, we have Chikorita, which is just the whole entire Meganium line is just a flat out no. Due to the fact that they don't have hands, really. Oh, I should have probably mentioned the criteria for this video. So the criteria for this list is that one, do they have good substantiable hands, like hand like things, like can they hold the cards properly? And two, psychic powers are allowed. Can they make it float with anything? So for example, if they have wings, then that's a no go. But if they have like hand like things that they can hold stuff with, then yeah, it's a go. Having the cards in your mouth does not mean you can play. The reason why there's a maybe tier is because there's Pokemon that are questionable if you think about it. Anyway, I'd probably put the criteria in the description or something. I don't know. But yeah. Um. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's continue. So we have Cyndaquil. We'll put him in yes. Quailava, maybe, but Typhlosion, definitely yes. Totodile, I feel like is a yes. So is Crocolore and Feraligatr. Wow. Even in a tier list about Uno, fucking Meganium is useless as shit. Let's hope Meganium isn't useless in Pokemon Legends ZA. So we have Sentret next, which is another maybe. Then we have Furret, which is also a maybe, because, like, I can't really tell if those are really, like, hands or whatever. Those look really, like, small. But yeah. Hoot Hoot, no. Noctowl, no. Ladybug, Ladyin, I think these two, I keep forgetting them. Um, I'd say no. Actually, no, I'd say, like, maybe for Ladyin. I'd also say maybe for these two, because it's like, I don't, actually, I'll put this one in yes, and then leave you in no, just simply due to the fact that I think that's just, I don't know. It's just like, but Spinarak and Ariados is a definite no. They are not playing Uno. Crobat, no. Chimicham, whatever the your name is, Chimchow, I think. Yeah. No. Lantern, no, that's a fish. Pichu, okay, so I'm gonna just put all the baby Pokemon in maybes due to the fact that they're babies. Togetic, yeah, I can see that happening. Natu, no. Zatu, maybe. I can see that happening with Zatu. I'm not sure. Mareep, no. What's your name? The middle stages of certain Johto Pokemon just escape me, so I'm just gonna put you in maybe. You're the evolution. Flaffy, there we go, Flaffy. Maybe. Ampharos, yes. Blossom, yes. Meryl, yeah. Azumarill, which by the way is one of my all-time favorites. Yes. Sudowoodo, maybe you could play Uno with that. I don't know. Those hands look a little. Those aren't really hands. Politoed, if he doesn't set up rain, then yes. Mm. Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff are all just no. Why am I putting them in? Maybe. Um, Ambipom. Yeah, I could. Yeah, especially with that hand on the tail. Yeah, Sunkern. No. Sunflora, maybe. Yanma, no. Wooper, unfortunate. You know what? No. Just because it's funny, we'll say yes. I'm not explaining it though. Oh, Quagsire, yes. Espeon, maybe. maybe for both. Murkrow, no. Slowking, maybe. Mischievous, no. No. Maybe. No. 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 Maybe if they don't eat the cards. Wow, it's really easy to say yes and no to a bunch of these. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go over most of these because most of them don't have substantial hands. So I'm just gonna be putting a lot of them there. Wow, this list was a lot easier than the Kanto one. Smeargle would be a menace at this game, though. Tyrogue is a baby, so maybe. Hitmontop, if it's not on its head, then maybe. 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 Yes. Blissey. Yes. And quite finally, this one is a lot easier to make due to the fact that most of the Johto Pokemon aren't even like they're not as humanoidish. But then again, this was again early Pokemon, so I'm not gonna expect them to do all of that. So Larvitar, maybe. Pupitar, no. Tyranitar is a most definite yes. And finally, the legendaries. No, no, yes. Alright, there's your list. This video might have been a lot shorter than I anticipated, but hey, at least Johto's here, so like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I'm not gonna force you. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time I decide to make something less unoriginal or something. I don't know. Bye.